Yes, well, if it isn't Optimal Optimus, you will not stop the Predacons this time. No. Your reign of terror is over, Megatron. Optimus Primal, maximize! Oh, hey. I'll just cut to the graphic. Like a lot of kids, I grew up with Beast Wars. These were my Transformers. Debuting in 1996, Beast Wars Transformers took the popular property to a whole different level. Instead of vehicles, these characters transformed into animals. Instead of Autobots and Decepticons, we got Maximals and Predacons. The show takes place in the distant future of the original Transformers run, but through a space-time phenomenon, these robots in disguise actually end up on Earth millions of years in the past. It's a very early, all-computer animated series. Along with that unique look, Beast Wars has become a favorite of a lot of fans all over the world. The characters, setting, and storylines help this show stand the test of time. Plus, those toys were the coolest thing ever. These are the top 5 best episodes of Beast Wars! Number 5. Feral Scream, Parts 1 and 2 from Season 3. This two-parter had a lot going on in it. Along with the return of another Dinobot clone, we're introduced to Transmetal 2 and get Cheetor's best character development in the series. Optimus Primal and Cheetor are tracking Waspinator on a mission to deliver a stasis pod to Megatron, who plans to recreate the lost Dinobot as a subservient hunter. The operation is a success, and Dinobot is reborn as a Transmetal 2. During the scuffle, Cheetor is damaged when getting caught in the electrical field, which helped create this new version of Dinobot. He's plagued by nightmares, but will neither enter the CR chamber for repair nor submit to a medical exam. Cheetor's troubles only get worse as he slowly realizes his whole form is changing. Feral Scream encapsulated a lot of what fans liked about the show. We get great character moments for Cheetor while seeing a new form for the Transformers. Along with some badass scenes featuring the new versions of Cheetor and Dinobot, we still get a bit of the goofy humor that the show was known for.
Install the transmetal driver.
Yes, Master.
While Transmetal 2 Dinobot was a fun twist to throw in as the series began to charge towards the finish line, Cheetor's metamorphosis is handled really well and is the main reason why this made it into the top 5. It's a slow change that has him questioning his sanity, and we get some great sequences from it. Cheetor's new attitude was fun to see come forth as he changed from an overeager kid to a more confident Maximal with an awesome new look. I never got a Transmetal 2 Dinobot or Cheetor toy, but I really wish I would have. Let's maximize into number 4. Number 4. The Agenda, Parts 1 through 3 from Season 2. As a kid watching this show, The Agenda was one of the most amazing things I had ever seen on TV up to that point. The finale of Season 2 was nothing less than thrilling. In Part 1, the Tripredacus Council sends in a special agent to prehistoric Earth to deal with Megatron. This turns out to be the former Decepticon Ravage, rebuilt as a Predacon. Forming an unlikely alliance with the Maximals, Ravage arrests and detains Megatron. While this is all happening, the deadly attraction between the noble Maximal Silverbolt and cunning Predacon Black Arachnia heats up in a way that has them both going against their orders to be with each other. In Part 3, we see what Megatron's plan was all along: destroy the Autobots lying dormant in the Ark, millions of years before they are to awaken in 1984, thus destroying the current timeline and the Autobots' victory over the Decepticons. Optimus and the Maximals must stop this from happening at all costs. So much was happening over all 3 parts of The Agenda. It's a credit to the show that things never got too confusing. It balanced a few different ongoing storylines very well, and in my opinion, this was the series at its strongest. The string of episodes from the end of Season 2 through the beginning of Season 3 solidified Beast Wars as something special. I loved seeing the callbacks to the original Transformers series, and I wasn't even that familiar with it at that age. I'm sure it was even more exciting for fans that lived through that first run.
This is Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. And if you are hearing this, it means I've failed. Decepticons forever!
In addition to a few interesting side plots, Megatron's plan to kill the Autobots Optimus Prime and alter the timeline itself was such a great idea. It created massive tension and could actually affect what had come before in Transformers.
For the Cybertron that is rightfully ours, I unleash the storm of vengeance. Farewell.
I think if you're a fan of the Autobots and Decepticons but never watched Beast Wars, these episodes should pull you in. Check them out for a great story. Number 3. Optimal Situation from Season 3. The premiere of the final season of the show picks up right where the agenda left off. The Maximals are unconscious as the time stream begins to unravel, a direct result of Megatron attacking the original Optimus Prime in his dormant state. Optimus Primal attempts to merge Prime Spark into his own, keeping it safe, while Rhinox performs surgery. But the extra soul is too much for Primal to handle, and his body undergoes a startling transformation. Loved this. The conclusion of this story and kickoff of Season 3 featured some incredible moments. The main one being Optimus Primal changing into Optimal Optimus after absorbing Prime Spark to keep it safe while Rhinox attempts to save the Autobot leader.
Big butt? How do you feel?
In a word, cry.
With his new body, Optimus leads the Maximals to fight off Megatron's forces. However, protecting Prime Spark leads to a disaster. When he finally returns that spark to its rightful owner, Prime and Primal share a brief, important moment. Let's terrorize into number 2. Number 2. Code of Hero from Season 2. I know a lot of people might be upset that this is at number 2 instead of number 1. It's definitely the most famous episode of the show, and it is absolutely amazing. Using his presence on prehistoric Earth strategically, Megatron employs the Golden Disc to pinpoint how he will change the future to rewrite the timeline and ensure Predacon rule. Dinobot learns of this and gives his all to stop the Predacons from incinerating the valley from which humans are destined to evolve. This episode is packed to the brim with emotion for a character that we all came to love. After recently turning on the Maximals to join the Predacons, Dinobot has rejoined the good guys, but he's having a hard time forgiving himself for that trespass. Rat Trap adds to this.
You know, I used to figure I had you pegged. Oh, yeah, he's a slag-spouting Saurian, but at least you know where he stands. Guess we live and learn.
Dinobot ends up alone, defending the proto-humans from an all-out attack by Megatron and the Predacons to change the future. It is here where this episode shines.
For I now find I have no choice at all. I am a warrior. Let the battle be joined.
Dinobot falls to his injuries, but before doing so, saves the valley and the future. It's a bittersweet moment that elevates the show on a touching level.
You saved the lives of those who live here, and of those who are still to come.
Then there is nothing to regret.
Apparently, this affected Rat Trap so much that he goes back to his pre-transmetal form. It's a remarkable episode and a moving farewell to Dinobot, the greatest of Cybertron. There were a lot of really strong episodes of Beast Wars over its 3-season run, so before we get to number 1, here are more than a few honorable mentions. And the number 1 best Beast Wars episode is Transmutate from Season 2. I didn't make this decision lightly. I rewatched this and Code of Hero an extra time before making the final call. Transmutate just barely squeaks out the victory for me. Silverbolt and Rat Trap discover another stasis pod, but this one contains a strange, malformed transformer. Unable to speak clearly and lacking the specs of a scientist or warrior, the Transmutate is both puzzled and puzzling. Silverbolt sees in this simple machine a kindred spirit, an innocent. Predacon Rampage sees something as well, another one-of-a-kind freak, as alone as he is. Why I had this episode at number 1 is because of its strong message, delivery, and sentiment that was rare for the series. In one episode, I cared about Transmutate almost as much as some of the more popular characters in the show. Sympathy can be a very strong storytelling element when presented in the right way. I think they nailed that part of the pathos here and made a unique episode that stands out from the pack.
Beast mode.
It cannot even transform. This thing is useless. Get rid of it. No!
How Transmutate affects Silverbolt and Rampage is another reason why this story is so strong. Rampage cares about no one but himself. He's not even a voluntary Predacon, but his affection for Transmutate and urge to protect him fleshed his character out in a way we never saw again.
Come with me, come. I will protect you. I am your friend.
Silverbolt defends the deformed Transformer when the Maximals aren't sure what to do with him. His passion here made me like him even more.
Best thing for us all would be to put it in stasis lock immediately.
Are we Predacons now? Do we destroy whatever does not fit our definition of perfection?
It's a powerful message, and one I think we can all learn from. When a show called Beast Wars makes you think in this way, it's gotta be doing something right. That's why it's my number 1. The double experience of watching the show and owning the toys made Beast Wars something special in the mid to late 90s. We have the original Transformers show and toy line to thank for that. There was a sequel series called Beast Machines which ran for 2 seasons after Wars ended. However, I just couldn't get into it for whatever reason. What's your opinion on Beast Machines? Is it worth going back to watch? I want to hear what you guys think. What is your favorite Beast Wars episode? What do you want me to cover next in the show? Leave a comment and let me know. Now, to the big announcement. In 2 weeks, on July 4th, in honor of the 10-year anniversary of his first upload, we will be doing a top 5 best Nostalgia Critic episodes. The twist is, you will be choosing all 5 spots. That's right, we have a link in the description for you to vote for your favorite NC episode. Follow the instructions and make sure you spread the word. Each episode chosen will be talked about by the man himself, Doug Walker, and some of the cast and crew that were involved. You have until Monday, June 26th at 11:59 p.m. Make sure you get your voice heard. For more content, subscribe to my personal channel, youtube.com/awesomewalter, like my new Facebook page, facebook.com/awesomewalterb, and follow me on Twitter to take part in more polls about what may be covered in the future. Come back next week as we keep it Transformers. Kinda. You'll see.